He applied to Harvard 10 times, rejected every single time. He applied for a job at KFC. Out of 24 people who applied, 23 got hired. He was the only one rejected. He failed his college entrance exam twice. He was turned down by over 30 companies for a simple job. Teachers told him he would never amount to anything. Today, that man built one of the largest companies on earth, worth over $300 billion. His name is Jack Ma, and this is not a success story. This is a rejection story, because every single person who ever told him no accidentally built the man who would say yes to himself again and again until the world had no choice but to listen. Jack Ma was born in 1964 in Hangzhou, China, into a poor family during one of the hardest economic periods in Chinese history. There was no money for extra books, no money for tutors. But there was a hotel near his house where foreign tourists stayed. So 9-year-old Jack Ma started waking up before sunrise, riding his bicycle 40 minutes every single day, just to practice English with foreign tourists for free. He did this for 9 straight years, rain or shine. While other kids played, Jack Ma talked to strangers from another world, building a skill nobody around him understood the value of yet. When it was time for college, Jack Ma failed the entrance exam. Not once, but twice. On his third attempt, he barely passed and only got into a local teaching college, not because he was brilliant on paper, but because his math score was so low, almost nobody else applied for that math-heavy course that year. After graduating, he applied for 30 different jobs. Police officer? Rejected. KFC? Rejected even when a new KFC opened in his city and hired 24 people, 23 got the job. Jack Ma was the only one turned away. He applied to Harvard Business School 10 separate times across many years, rejected every single time. Most people would have stopped after the third no. Jack Ma kept knocking. In 1995, Jack Ma traveled to the United States for a business trip, and for the first time in his life, he saw the internet. He searched the word beer and found results from Germany, America, Japan, but nothing from China. Not one Chinese company existed online. In that moment, something clicked. He came back to China and told his friends, "I think there is something we can build here." Most of them thought he was insane. China barely had internet infrastructure. Almost nobody owned a computer. But Jack Ma saw something nobody else could see yet, and he was willing to bet everything on it. In 1999, Jack Ma gathered 18 friends in his small apartment in Hangzhou. He pitched them an idea, a website that would connect Chinese manufacturers with buyers around the world. He raised $60,000 from this small group. No fancy office, no investors with deep pockets, just 18 people, one apartment, and a belief that nobody else shared. That company was called Alibaba. For the first 3 years, it made almost no money. Jack Ma paid his employees out of his own pocket. His mother thought he had lost his mind, leaving a stable teaching job to chase an idea that barely anyone in China understood. In 2000, Jack Ma met Masayoshi Son, the founder of SoftBank, for a meeting that was scheduled to last an hour. Jack Ma didn't bring spreadsheets or fancy projections. He simply spoke from passion about his vision for the future of Chinese commerce. 6 minutes into the meeting, Masayoshi Son decided to invest $20 million in Alibaba, not because the business plan was perfect, but because Jack Ma's conviction was undeniable. That single decision, made in 6 minutes, became one of the most legendary investments in business history. By 2003, eBay was the biggest e-commerce company in the world, and it set its sights on dominating China. eBay had unlimited money, unlimited resources, global experience. Jack Ma had almost nothing in comparison, but he understood one thing eBay didn't. Chinese consumers and sellers needed something different. He built Taobao, a platform that was free for sellers, unlike eBay's paid model, and built around trust between local buyers and sellers. Industry experts predicted eBay would crush Alibaba within a year. Instead, within 3 years, eBay shut down its China operations completely. Jack Ma had beaten one of the biggest companies on earth on a fraction of the budget using nothing but a deeper understanding of his own people. In September 2014, Alibaba went public on the New York Stock Exchange. It raised $25 billion, the largest initial public offering in the history of the world at that time. The boy who was rejected by Harvard 10 times rang the opening bell on Wall Street. The boy who couldn't get hired at KFC had just built a company more valuable than many entire countries' economies. Jack Ma's personal net worth crossed $25 billion almost overnight. But he has said many times, the money was never the point. The point was proving that ordinary people with extraordinary persistence could change everything. Jack Ma has a quote that defines his entire life. Today is hard, tomorrow will be harder, but the day after tomorrow will be beautiful. However, most people die tomorrow night. Most people quit right before the breakthrough. They get rejected twice and assume the door is permanently closed. Jack Ma got rejected at KFC, at Harvard, at 30 different companies, and kept walking forward anyway. If you are facing rejection right now, a job that said no, a dream that feels impossible, people who don't believe in you, remember this. The most successful man in Chinese business history was rejected more times than most people even attempt anything. Rejection was never his enemy. It was his training ground. If Jack Ma's story moved you today, comment "Never stop knocking" below. And tell me, which rejection in your life are you going to turn into your comeback? Subscribe to Success Blueprint for tomorrow's episode, APJ Abdul Kalam, a story that will hit even deeper. Share this with someone who needs to hear it today.